Good day to you guys. Why am I making this video? Numerous reasons, really, to be honest. I think the number one reason is that my glasses aren't straight. The number one reason is that I don't think that men talk about mental health enough. I don't think we admit when we've got problems. I think it's like wearing a badge of shame, and I don't really get it, really. It's nothing to be ashamed of. So here we go, hands up. Yes, I have mental health problems. What are those problems? Well, okay, I suffer from general anxiety disorder and paranoia. Why did it happen? Don't know. I haven't got a clue. One day I was out at work. I don't do a very demanding job. I'm a postman. And I had a panic attack. Bang, out of the blue. Never had one in my life. Just total panic attack. Couldn't breathe, overwhelmed, shaking, felt disorientated, started to cry. It was unbelievable. All over something really silly that was going on at work. Yeah, I did have home problems as well. I was worrying about things that were going on in my life. Anyway, from then on, I sort of suffer from anxiety. I've always been a bit of a worrier, but now I worry non-stop, basically, and about stupid things. And people think, anxiety is just a bit of worry, and it isn't. It takes over your life. So the slightest little thing, someone will say something, and I'll read more and more into it. I think all the time. My brain doesn't stop thinking, and overthinking as well. So you could say one single thing and bang, I'm thinking about it for hours. Something could happen and I worry about it for hours. Something that hasn't happened, I'll worry about for hours. Paranoia. I suffer from paranoia. I think people sometimes are talking about me. I guess sometimes we all get talked about. I've had thoughts of I'm being watched and I'm being followed by certain authorities. To the extreme of stopping people and asking why they're following me. So yeah, it's quite rough, and not a great illness to have. But I think it's about time that men got up, stood up, and talked about it and not ashamed of it. This brings me on to another subject, which is really hard to talk about because there's members of my wife's family and lots of my friends don't know about. And I feel that maybe, just maybe, this is the right platform to break it on. However, some people might not think it's not. So when I was very young, I was sexually abused for a number of years by someone who was very close. They're not here anymore. I wish they was, because then I could probably do something about it. Now, I have lived with this for, 50 odd years. No, 40 odd years. When I was about 7, up until the age of probably about 10 or 11. So it went on for a considerable amount of time. In the 70s, I say I didn't know. It wasn't like it is today. They told me they were just showing affection. It was our secret. Why didn't I say anything? I wish I did, because it's had a major effect on me. My wife knows about it, and a couple of friends, and that's it. And obviously, my family know about it. My mum, I told my mum many years later, and she said she didn't know, and I resented my mum as well for many years because I thought she knew. And she went to her deathbed with me telling her that, but me still not forgiving her. And I live with that guilt as well, of feeling bad about my mum and blaming my mum for not helping me and saving me, I guess. And during that time, I guess it's had major effects on lots of other parts of my life. When I was younger, I didn't make that many friends. My self-esteem was pretty fucking shit. And to be honest, it still is. That led to me not making many friends. And then when I did make some friends when I was a teenager, they were the wrong sort of friends that I made. So subsequently, that led me to getting in trouble, not going to school, and being a little shit, really, and not having respect for any authorities, or my mum, or my family, or anyone else. And the people around me didn't really care about me. All they cared about was getting out of me what they could and using me for other things, like buying stuff or whatever it might be. So yeah, not great. And then I took a slippery path into soft drugs, cannabis, etc., etc., still in with the wrong crowd. I've worked though. I have worked all my life. I didn't lead a life of crime. I got up some bits that were probably not very clever. I got told off for and smacked round the ear by the odd policeman or whatever when I was younger. But I've always had quite a good work ethic. What I would say though is from the abuse, for people that haven't had it, it does lower your self-esteem. And what it also done to me throughout my life is question the person that I am, question what I wanted out of relationships. You know, there's been times in my life where I've questioned my own sexuality. I'm not ashamed to admit it. I'm probably not really open about that. But there has been times when I've questioned that. And I think that was probably because I was shown some affection when I was younger, in that way, by someone of the same sex. And maybe I clung on to that as a form of love because I didn't get any love from anywhere else apart from my brother who was fantastic and was also abused by this person. So there you go. I'm putting that out there. I don't think I'll probably put this on mainstream video. Maybe I will. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. So all of you men out there, don't be afraid to admit you've got mental health issues. Don't be afraid to admit stuff that's happened to you because it's important. It is part of the healing process. And I'm hoping this will help me. But not only help me, help lots of other people that are out there. So thanks for taking the time and trouble to listen. Take care, guys.